I'm delighted to welcome all of you, members of the Board of Trustees, boards of visitors, alumni, faculty, staff, students, elected officials, and special guests, to share in this momentous occasion as we greet the next president of the University of Sciences. I'm especially pleased to welcome Jim Roebuck, who has been a great friend to this university. He represents the 188th Legislative District. He has been a member of our Board of Visitors. He has attended so many functions here and been very, very supportive. He's attended our white coat ceremonies, a number of other things. And Jim, thank you so much for being here, and I know you'd like to say a few words. So.
Good afternoon. It's indeed an honor to be here to welcome Helen Giles-Gee to this university. And I almost feel like I know her because I find that her sister Deborah, who's a neighbor and a friend and a fellow committee person or fellow worker in the election process in my area, is her sister. So it's like having known her without having known her. But I want to say that I know that she comes and has a clear vision for this university. It's a great university. It's a university that I think too often has been somewhat hidden, even in this community. So I look forward to working with her in shaping policies and shaping new initiatives, things that will raise University of Sciences to the position of visibility that it should have in not only West Philadelphia, but in Philadelphia, the state, and the nation. So welcome. I look forward to working with you, and I certainly look forward to continuing to partner with this university. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jim. We have another very special guest. Did you catch your breath yet? Or yes? All right. Janie L. Blackwell is here with us today, and she represents the 3rd Council District. Janie also has had a great relationship with this university. I had the pleasure of meeting with Janie a few weeks ago, and her passion for higher education, the city of Philadelphia, West Philadelphia in particular, really came through. And we are very, very fortunate to be able to work with Janie, and she's really made a difference here. So Janie, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you. Good afternoon. As always, let me first thank God for the privilege of being here this afternoon with all of you and being here on this historic day. Thank you for the fine words, and your love for this university and our city shows through as well. It is a pleasure to be here, and State Representative my own Jim Roebuck, he's one of my committee people too in the 46th Ward, reminded me that Dr. Giles-Gee is the sister of Deborah Giles, who's one of our committee people and very good friends. So life is a full circle. You never know what happens and how we are all connected. But let me say again that it is such a pleasure to be here. We certainly want to welcome you, Dr. Giles-Gee, and we realize how historic this is. First woman, first African-American woman. Yay for we women. And we want you to know that you join a community that is loving, it's wonderful. This is a quaint campus, one where people care about one another. This is a community where community and neighbors fight to do the right thing and to have all the great things that this neighborhood deserves, new businesses, adequate housing, a wonderful campus like this, and that we've all learned that we're all brothers and sisters in this area, in this city, and in this world, and that when we work together, everybody wins. Oh, there you are, Deborah. I didn't see you. Hey, Teresa. So again, let me say welcome, and we look forward to working with you in every way we can. We in City Council extend our hand in partnership, and if there's anything we can do, we love it. Every time we come on this campus, we like being included and involved, and always enjoy every experience and all the new equipment and every new program that you come up with, because you do, over and over. And we are just, I realize how blessed I am to represent this community, this campus, and welcome.
Is there anyone that doesn't know Helen's family? Never mind, okay, I gotta be good. Before I introduce Dr. Giles-Gee, I want to take a moment to tell you what an honor and a privilege it has been for me to serve as your interim president. During the past year, I have received an education that goes beyond anything I could ever have imagined. It has provided me with a much deeper appreciation of the importance of the work we do here. I want to thank the faculty, the administration, the students and staff for your wisdom and the incredible support you've given me. When we embarked on the journey of finding a new president, USciences was at an important crossroads, with science and healthcare changing at warp speeds and higher education facing a variety of challenges. We began a significant university-wide introspective process during which representatives of all stakeholders examined where we need to be to best educate science and healthcare professionals of the future. As our direction crystallized, we recognized that we had to find exactly the right person who would lead and guide us, seizing opportunities and successfully facing challenges. We have found just that person, and I feel very fortunate. Dr. Helen Giles-Gee comes to us from Keene State College in New Hampshire, where she has served as its president since 2005. During her tenure, she has proven to be an insightful, decisive, inspiring chief executive, working with the state's university's Board of Trustees and the Keene State faculty, staff, and students. She led the college through a development and implementation of a strategic plan aimed at building upon the college's strengths and traditions to advance a new vision of academic excellence, and has moved the institution forward through well-defined strategies with definable outcomes. In addition, Dr. Giles-Gee is recognized as an innovator of higher education, holding leadership positions in several organizations, such as the Society for College and University Planning and the American Association of Colleges and Universities. As I have come to know her over the past several months, I am so impressed with how closely Helen has shared and lived the belief that the primary focus must be on our students, to provide them with an outstanding college experience, learning and living experiences that will prepare them with the knowledge, values, skills, attributes, and experience that they will need to be successful in science and health professions. To give all of you some flavor on the selection process, I invite Dr. Kate Mays, an alum of the university, my esteemed colleague on the Board of Trustees, and chair of our search committee, to describe how we selected Dr. Giles-Gee as our new president.
Good afternoon. Well, first of all, I'd like to say on behalf of all the executive committee of the Board of Trustees, the administration, the faculty, the students, the staff, we so appreciate that you took the job of interim president, Marvin. When Marvin approached me about chairing the search committee for the new president, I was living in Florida, where I always live, and at the time, it occurred to us that this was going to be on an accelerated timeline, and that I would need to move up here in order to devote the necessary time to this task, and that I did. So just after Marvin became the interim president, I became his sidekick and moved up here. So I have enjoyed the hospitality of Philadelphia myself. But while we are at the completion of this very important task that was given to us by Marvin last summer, this is really only the beginning. And it's fitting that the successful completion of this task comes at the same time of the dawning of spring on our beautiful university campus in this great city. We are so delighted that it's happening just now, and we can so enjoy this beginning. Once we got here and we started working together throughout the summer, I want to tell you a little bit about the timeline, and before I share with you who actually was on the search committee. Throughout the summer, we worked on all the marketing materials that we would use. We drafted the job description, and we selected the search consultants and finalized our search committee. I must say that finding our search consultants was probably one of the best things that we did as a group, and I see a lot of heads nodding. We chose the group headed by Shelley Storbeck and her associate Julia Patton to be our personal search group, and they did such an amazing job. They were really masterful. And they began with us by having our first meetings in September with all the constituents of the university that would help us really understand what we needed in our next president. So we compiled all that information, finalized our job description, and then had several meetings to begin narrowing our candidates once we had begun and completed our recruitment process. At about towards the December timeframe, we identified 12 candidates that we wanted to bring in and do airport interviews with. So in mid-January, we brought those 12 candidates to interview with the search committee, and at that time we narrowed the field to just 4. And it's those 4 that we brought to campus, and at that time we had the second interviews with our search committee, as well as we had interviews with selected individuals from each of the university's constituencies. So it was a very open and transparent operation that we ran, but we maintained confidentiality of all of our candidates, which we felt was of utmost concern, and a way that we could honor each of our candidates. We made our final selection the day before the February board meeting, and made our recommendation to the board on February 23rd, and they immediately ratified our decision. While the search process was very intense and on an accelerated timeline, as I mentioned, we met all of our milestones because of the masterful guidance of our search group, Shelley and Julia. But I also want to recognize each of the individuals who were part of that team, because it is clearly a team effort that brought us to today and this great choice. Representing our Board of Trustees was Marvin, who's our interim president as well, Tiziana Fox, and Len Jacob. Representing our faculty were Elizabeth Morlino, Steve Schaefer, and Mickey Cohen. We had 2 esteemed representatives of our alumni, Siobhan Duffy and Stephanie Bean. We had, representing our administration, Peter Miller. Our student body was represented by Mike Flacco, and our staff were represented by Estelle Sherrod. So it's this group that we really have to thank for this decision. And I want to thank each and every one of you for your tireless help and diligent deliberation and the sacrifices that I know you had to make to keep us on the timelines that we undertook. I agree with Marvin. we have found the perfect individual and the right person to lead the University of the Sciences into the next phase of its amazing future. We look forward to working with our new president, and we're so glad she's here today, and we really look forward to her coming on staff full-time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kate. And I also would like to commend the search committee for doing a job well done, and you did an incredible job on time. Almost on budget, but on time. Now it gives me great pleasure to introduce our university's 22nd president, Dr. Helen Giles-Gee. Before becoming the 9th president of Keene State College, Helen spent a great deal of time in the Delaware Valley, earning undergraduate, master's, and doctorate from the University of Pennsylvania, and serving as provost at Rowan University. Prior to Rowan, she was dean of the School of Professional Studies at the State University of New York, Cortland. She was associate vice chancellor for academic affairs and director of articulation at the University System of Maryland and executive assistant to the president at Townsend State University. So please welcome Dr. Helen Giles-Gee to the University of the Sciences, and welcome back to Philadelphia.
Thank you all for that warm welcome. I must say the first thing I have to say is that it's my honor and my pleasure to be selected as the president of this university. When I made the decision to come, it was one that was simple. It was based on the strong historic reputation that this university has, with dynamic reputation and about the College of Pharmacy since 1821, its expansion through the sciences, its core of liberal arts with skills development throughout the sciences and healthcare, its dynamism and its vision for the future. Well, those were but a few of the reasons that I felt this opportunity was singular and I should be a one and should be a candidate. But more than that, through the interview process, I met with individuals at every level who were passionate about this university and spoke about the spirit of community, a spirit of community that I have at Keene State College. And if ever I were to leave a place I love, it would have to be to a university that actually believed in itself and believed in each other. And when I spoke with that search committee, with the chair of the board, and I also spoke with the executive committee of the board, well, there was no doubt in my mind that there is a community here that is strong, that there's a community here that wants a vision of success. And when I saw the word premier, the vision of this being the premier university of its type, well, you had me at hello. And during those discussions, well, we really talked with each other, and you told me, your representatives told me what you expected from a president. You told me that you wanted to be able to trust the president. You wanted transparency. You wanted communication. You wanted to move forward. And with that, I also extracted some promises that I've asked you to work with me through the time after I come here. Be with me for the tough decisions. Be with me as we move forward and drive this university to the top with a recognition that is nationwide, because I believe this university deserves it. When we look at the challenges that are facing this nation, let's be real. All of the challenges are being met right at this university. Challenges that every citizen faces regarding health care. The innovation that this institution, through its graduates, have promoted in pharmacy and in the sciences. Well, this institution is doing that, but as has been said, it's been doing that with respect and a quiet reputation. Well, I'm not a reticent person. And I'm here really, and when I come, I expect to be your best advocate throughout this country and the world, to really garner for this institution the kind of representation and reputation that I believe you deserve. I am so excited and proud to have been named your president, and I promise you I will work hard every day to make that reality and make you grateful of your choice. And also, I want to thank the chair of the search committee, who I have to tell you, during the times of the search when it was hard, and the search firm when I was coming in a blizzard and my plane was canceled, do you know the travel was made while I was driving to the airport, and they got me on another flight to get me here? And there were hugs even then, so I knew this was a good community. So I have to tell you, I thank you and the search committee for the choice. But additionally, the chair of the board, what dedication and loyalty to serve as interim president and to stick through a process where you vet candidates. It is not an easy time to also do that and run a business. So I thank you. You have left such huge shoes to fill. I am only grateful that I wear heels. And so as the months ahead, I'm already a little bit working here as a consultant. But I hope to meet each and every one of you when I'm here. I hope that if there are conversations and questions and discussions that you have about any issues, that you bring them to me. I will make sure the door is open. I've already opened up my calendar and set some appointments beginning in July and over, and I'm meeting with some people even this afternoon. So even though the job has not officially begun, it's begun. And my expectation is that we will work on the strategic plan and the vision of this institution to be the premier institution of this type together. And I thank you in advance for the loyalty you've shown to this institution, your dedication in position, recognizing that each and every one of you has a job to do to support this institution as it moves forward. And I promise you, when I come back as president, that I will work with you to make sure that vision of the institution will be possible. Thank you all for being here. I look forward to seeing you. Thank you.
We are very, very honored to have Mayor Michael A. Nutter, the Mayor of Philadelphia, here today. I know how busy your schedule is, and the fact that you're here today speaks volumes. And I just want to thank you so much for being here, and I'm sure you'd like to say a few words. Just a couple?
Good afternoon, everyone, and as hospitable as University of the Sciences always is, your interim president and board chairman, Marvin Sampson, did ask that I not give him a kiss. And it's okay, because I hadn't planned to, so we're really good. I do look forward to, as our Madam President mentioned, though, I do look forward to seeing you in heels, and so that will be quite interesting. And to this entire community, seriously, to our great board chairman, Marvin Sampson, to our presidential search committee chair, Dr. Mays, and to this entire University of the Sciences community, to Councilwoman Blackwell, State Representative Jim Roebuck, all of the trustees, the faculty, the students, the entire community here. What an historic day in Philadelphia. What an historic day in our great city. I'm joined today by Terry White, who is the leader on post-secondary education matters in the Mayor's Office of Education. And I had the opportunity, was that 2 days ago? Or was that yesterday?
Yes.
Was it?
That was in New Hampshire.
That was a long time ago, yes. I did get a chance to, I called, I think I may have called the day before, talked to Dr. Helen Giles-Gee on the phone. She seemed a little surprised that I had called, and that's why I gave the more official voice when I left the message, and I don't normally identify myself as Mayor Nutter. I just usually say, hey, it's Mike Nutter calling, but I didn't want you to think it was like a crank call or something like that. So if I sounded a little official, that was the reason. It's great to welcome Dr. Giles-Gee back to Philadelphia. She is certainly no stranger. She's educated at another little institution down the street, and has taken coursework here. I almost ended up coming to school here, actually. Way back in the days, of course, this was the Philadelphia College of Pharmacy and Science. I'm a West Philly guy. I worked for 6 years at a neighborhood pharmacy at 56 in Larchwood, Snyman's Pharmacy. And so actually this school was one of the first colleges or universities I ever knew of, because all the guys that worked at the store, mostly guys, talked about going to pharmacy school. I thought about going to pharmacy school, then decided I wanted to be a doctor, and ended up going to the other little school down the street, and because I wanted to help people. Actually, many don't know I went to that school pre-med. I was a biomedical engineering major and admitted to the engineering school. And the sheer truth of the matter is that Chemistry 3 changed my life forever. And I've come to the conclusion that the world is a safer place. And I'm okay with it, because I still get to help people, and that was the original goal. Dr. Giles-Gee is not only making history, first female and also first African-American president of this great school. Her resume, spectacular. Her accomplishments make her more than eminently qualified for this position. I have a wonderful working relationship with many of our college and university presidents here in Philadelphia and in the tri-state area. We meet on at least 2 occasions a year with the leaders of our many fine institutions. Philadelphia is fortunate to have such great leadership at this particular institution. We are fortunate to have such great leaders at many of our colleges and universities. 101 colleges and universities in the tri-state area. Education really is our business, and in the sciences in particular, we seem to specialize. That is great for not only our post-secondary education system, but also our secondary education system, as we try to encourage more and more of our young people to pursue STEM education, science, technology, engineering, and math. And there's no better place to do it than right here at the University of the Sciences. There's no better place to do it than right here in Philadelphia. And so I know you're not joining for the first time. You're really a part of this community, and then, as we often do, we let folks go and do a bunch of other things and check out other places to come to the realization that this is where they really want to be. And so you've had that experience, and now you're where you belong. So we, on behalf of 1.5 million people and growing in Philadelphia, we welcome you back to the great city of brotherly love and sisterly affection. Congratulations and welcome.
How do you follow that? I guess I have to get heels. I know. I got it. Well, Helen will begin her presidency on July 16th. Can't wait. But anyway. But I can tell you it will be a seamless transition. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still chairman of the Board of Trustees, and I've said to Helen that the experience I've had this last year has made me a much better chairman. And I've been here every day. I see what goes on. And I really didn't have an appreciation for what happens here. You know, when you're a trustee, you're at a certain level. But when you're down in the weeds and you see what goes on, and student issues and faculty issues and financial issues and all the things we have to live with, that I have become a much better chairman. I also know that everyone in this room will give you all the support that you need. We are totally, totally committed. And I have been blessed because the people in this room have given me incredible support. So again, I welcome you. I am thrilled that you're here. And the sky's the limit is the way I feel. So thank you so very much. We have a little gift for you. It's not ticking, don't worry. I mean, okay. How's that?
This is our way of saying we're giving you a warm welcome.
You took my line.
Thank you.